I'm a Brooks. Why won't you let me in? Open up. Eldest brother, Nate, Mira, I'm begging you, let me in. I want to go home.
Annabelle Brooks, marrying the Duke of Southvale was a privilege, but you kept making mistakes, forcing him to divorce you. Now, the whole capital city is talking about our family, calling us scandalous. And you still have the nerve to come home.
A privilege? Everyone knows the Duke of Southvale is lame and bedridden for years. He was marrying just for good luck. The royal court wanted Miranda Brooks, but you wouldn't give her up, so you made me marry him instead?
Annabelle, Mira isn't like you. She's not so scheming. She's so innocent. If she'd married him, she would have been bullied. You ran away on your wedding day, and he only divorced you. He was more than merciful. Now get the hell out of the Brooks family. With a sister like you, who's ruined our name, how will Mira ever get married?
My life at the manor was hell. I couldn't have done those things. All you see is Miranda. No matter what I do, you're blind to it. But I'm your sister too.
Sister, don't blame our brothers. It's all my fault. Originally, I was to marry the Duke. Then you wouldn't have made such a mistake.
Miranda! All of this was your doing, wasn't it? On our wedding day, you forged our brother's handwriting, wrote me a letter, lured me out, and made me the runaway bride.
So what? No one will believe you.
Mira.
Sister, don't be angry. I'll go tell our parents to let you come home.
Annabelle, Mira is always looking out for you, and you're still unrepentant, daring to lay a hand on your own sister.
I didn't. Nate, that's enough. She didn't mean it.
Mira, you're just too naive. Annabelle brought this on herself. She deserves it. Annabelle, it seems you need a lesson to learn your place. Guards, bring out the family whip.
I'm not wrong.
It's pouring. Mira will catch a cold. Let's go inside.
Don't! Brothers! Don't! Please, don't! Sister,
Go to hell.
Miss Annabelle, we don't want to. It's Miss Mira. She wants you dead. Hit her.
Miranda, why? No one will believe you. What did I ever do wrong? In my next life, I never want to be a Brooks again. Didn't I die? How am I alive? And in my wedding dress. This is Southvale Manor. Could it be I'm back on my wedding day?
Running away, Duchess?
My past life's misfortune all began on this very night. Miranda Brooks framed me for running away. The next day, it spread all over the capital. The royal court was furious. I was treated like a criminal and locked up, with no dignity. Miranda Brooks, in my past life, you killed me. In this life, I will make you pay in blood.
Miss Brooks, on our wedding night, you're not in our chambers. Are you unhappy with this marriage? Trying to run away?
Believe me or not, Your Grace, I had no intention of running away. I just ended up here by accident.
A pathetic excuse, Caesar.
Wait! I know. Your Grace has suffered from chronic headaches. I can cure them. And your legs. I can make you walk again.
You can cure my legs?
I've heard that your leg condition is a congenital defect. It only manifested in adulthood. But in my view, it's clearly caused by poison.
Poison?
Your legs are usually numb, but on rainy days, it's like 1,000 bugs are burrowing into your bones. Am I wrong? In my past life, after I died, I wandered as a ghost. That's when I learned that Edward Sterling wasn't born weak. It was because of his talent that the second prince feared him and hexed him. In the end, we were just sacrifices for the second prince in his bid for the throne.
Go on.
It's a hex from the Western Territories. A hex. It's undetectable to most. I suspect the one who poisoned you must be a long-standing enemy. That's how they did it so secretly. Even the royal physicians missed it. What?
Who would dare poison his grace? Sunshot, silence.
And your headaches. Does it happen every night? An excruciating headache that keeps you awake? It's a chronic headache. Years ago, my eldest brother had the same. He's fully recovered now. If you don't believe me, you can send someone to check. In my past life, Edward Sterling's headaches grew worse. Even the royal physicians were helpless, and his temper grew more violent and erratic.
Leave us. Yes, Your Grace.
They say the Duke of Southvale is hideous and terrifying. That's why Miranda Brooks refused to marry him. In my past life, I never got close to him, but up close, he's stunning.
Are you done staring?
When I first saw you, Your Grace, I was instantly smitten. That's why I was so dazed. Edward Sterling. Even with his chronic illness, he's still a duke with immense power. To get my revenge on the Brooks family, I have to stick close to him. I must make him accept me and get his help.
Flattery. If you were so smitten, why did you try to run away?
I wasn't trying to run away. Please believe me, Your Grace. Someone sent a pigeon with a letter, forged in my eldest brother's handwriting. It said, to meet him outside the city tonight. I came here to investigate who's trying to frame me. Please investigate, Your Grace.
How do you know? No, it wasn't your brother afraid you'd marry a dying cripple and tried to help you escape.
In my brother's eyes, only my little sister exists. Why would they care what I want? Your Grace is upset about the Brooks family switching brides, but I am a victim too.
It sounds like Miss Brooks isn't happy with this marriage. But everyone says Miss Annabelle is a compulsive liar, spoiled and arrogant. To marry into a noble family, she framed her own sister. Just on your word. Why should I believe you?
I know that anything I say sounds like an excuse, but not everyone craves a noble marriage. I was raised in the countryside for years. I'm not used to being cooped up. If I could, I wish I'd never been brought back to the Brooks family.
Speak to His Grace with respect. Let her speak.
You know, Your Grace, I married you in Miranda Brooks's place. From the start, no one ever asked if I was willing. I tried so hard to please my family, but I got nothing. But she just had to stand there and get all the love. Why?
Fate. Everything is fate.
Then I'll defy fate.
You claim you can cure my legs. But all the royal physicians said it was hopeless. How will you treat me?
If you don't trust me, Your Grace, you can try this incense first. It will ease your headache and let you sleep through the night.
Nothing is free. Speak. Your terms.
If this truly eases your headache, I hope. When I return home tomorrow, my husband will accompany me.
Just call me Your Grace.
Yes, Your Grace.
Wait! Your Grace, what if the incense is poisoned?
Test it. If it's poisoned, I'll eat it myself.
It's fine. She wouldn't dare to pull anything in my manner. Yes. This incense really is very relaxing.
Your Grace's headache, aside from the incense, will also require a medicinal formula. As for your legs, the cure requires some rare herbs. I'll need to calculate the dosage. The formula will be included as well.
Tomorrow, I'll have the treasury prepare your gifts. This is Simon Shaw. He's my personal guard. If you need anything, just tell him. Now that you're the Duchess of Southvale, don't bring shame to the manor. And no one will bully you.
I thank you, Your Grace.
Father, mother, brother, it's terrible.
Why are you in such a panic?
It's about Annabelle. They're saying in the streets that last night, Annabelle ran away from her wedding.
Duchess, if there's nothing else to add, we can depart.
Thank you, Mr. Shaw. Duchess! His Grace prepared for you so many gifts for your return, and he sent his personal guard to escort you. It's obvious he's trying to back you up. If only His Grace could come with you. All right, April. We should be grateful. This is enough to silence those who want to laugh at us. Yes, Duchess. Let's go.
Depart.
Enough. Stop pacing. Sit down. You're making me anxious.
Today was supposed to be Annabelle's return. I waited for so long, but Annabelle and her husband never came. So, I went out to ask around. And
Her return? Annabelle Brooks ran away.
His Grace didn't even lock her up. He even came with her.
You two, calm down. I've already sent someone to find out. Maybe it's just a rumor. This may not be true. How could it not be true? Annabelle's always doing stupid things like this.
Annabelle, even if she hated the marriage, she shouldn't have run away. This is a scandal that could ruin Father's career. Our 3 brothers aren't home either. Otherwise, they could have talked her out of it.
When the messenger returns, we'll ask for details. This tea, why isn't it made with morning dew? You're getting lazier and lazier.
Please, calm down, eldest master. Before, it was always Miss Annabelle who collected the dew at dawn. We didn't prepare it.
Forget it. Just bring me some plain water.
Yes.
Well?
Reporting, sir. The rumors outside about Miss Annabelle running away have been suppressed. It must have been the Duke of Southvale who quashed them.
What did you say? I mean, my sister didn't run away. That's such a relief. So, the rumors were just rumors.
What rumors? It's only because His Grace covered it up. And here we are, preparing a welcome-back feast for her. His Grace, he'll take it out on our family.
She's a curse. When I had her, I almost died. I only got better after she was sent away. Honestly, I shouldn't have had her.
Ever since we brought Annabelle back, she's always bullying Mira, and always causing trouble. Figures she's from the countryside. She has none of Mira's kindness or charm. She dared to run from her wedding. What's next? Murder?
Mom, Nate, don't be so angry. After all, she married in my place. I heard that Duke has a face like a demon, and he's ruthless. With my sister's impulsive nature, I bet she's having a hard time.
Marrying the Duke of Southvale was a huge step up for her. Besides, she's the older sister. She should marry before you.
Don't worry, Mira. It's not your fault.
When that girl gets back, I'll punish her severely. And you all, don't you dare defend her.
Don't worry, Dad. No one here would defend her anyway. I mean, she brought this on herself.
That voice, it sounds like my sister's back. I'll go check. Sister, it's been a few days. I've missed you so much. I heard from Nate that you almost got kicked out of the manor. It's so good to see you're okay. I'm so happy. And His Grace? Why didn't he come back with you? Go to hell! Sister! Why did you hit me?
That letter telling me to meet you? You forged our brother's handwriting, didn't you?
What letter? I don't know what you're talking about. We're family. I was just worried about you.
Annabelle, you're bullying Mira again.
Bullying her? My elopement was all Miranda's doing.
You brought such shame on us, and you dare blame your sister?
Exactly. What does your elopement have to do with Mira? And we were always sticking up for you. How could I have raised such a liar?
Annie, how did you become like this?
It's all right. Sister's been unhappy at the manor. She just took it out on me.
No matter what, she can't take it out on you.
These are the family I spent my life protecting. For years, my eldest brother loved tea. Before dawn, I'd collect morning dew. My second brother wanted venison in chicken broth, so every day I'd stay in the kitchen. My third and fourth brothers had bad tempers. I'd always think of new tricks to make them laugh. My fifth brother was always frail. I studied medicine and tested poisons, using my own body as a test subject. I did so much for the Brooks family, and for that I was beaten to death. In this life, these family members, I want nothing to do with them. Even if I did bully Miranda, so what?
You're so powerful, yet you couldn't get His Grace to come back with you. Fine, then never come back.
Perfect. That's exactly why I'm here.
What?
I'm cutting ties with the Brooks family.
What did you say?
You only see Miranda anyway. No matter what I do, you're all blind to it. Everything I have is just what Miranda didn't want. A family like you. I don't need you. This jade pendant. Nathaniel and I each have a half. It's the Brooks family symbol. Today, this jade will be the proof. I, Annabelle Brooks, renounce the Brooks family. We are done.
Annabelle, how dare you?
Nate, are you all right?
Nate!
Brother.
Annabelle, don't think marrying into the manor lets you do as you please. Back home and you bully your siblings. And you want to disown us? Dream on. Guards, teach this ungrateful daughter a lesson.
What rank are you, Mr. Brooks, that you dare strike my Duchess? Welcome, Your Grace.
Hurry and bow.
Welcome, Your Grace.
Your Grace, what are you doing here?
Your homecoming is quite lively. Of course I had to come see. Mr. Brooks, you haven't answered me.
Your Grace, a misunderstanding. It's all a misunderstanding.
I am of royal blood. No matter who my Duchess is, you will all address her as your mistress. Is that clear?
Back then, when I made that request, I had no hope. I never thought he'd actually come with me. Is it just because I eased his condition? I've given my all for the Brooks family, yet I'm worth less than a stranger.
Yes, you're right, Your Grace.
Wasn't he supposed to be ugly? He's actually handsomer than the second prince. And he's even backing Annabelle. This isn't right. All eyes should be on me. Since my sister married Your Grace, we're all family now. Why be so formal?
Back off. What's that smell? How dare you? What are you carrying? How dare you approach His Grace?
It's nothing. It's just a trendy floral scent.
Mira loves beauty. She likes making perfume. She didn't mean to offend you, Your Grace. Crude and pungent. It's giving me a headache.
Edward's mouth is like a poisoned blade. He attacks everyone.
Your Grace, Mira knows some medicine. It was Mira who cured Fifth Son. If you have a headache, why not let her take a look?
What's so funny, Duchess? Go get the incense to ease my headache.
Yes, there's more incense in the carriage. Please, Your Grace, follow me to the carriage.
How could Annabelle do this? Weren't we good to her? We just scolded her a little. How could she just smash the pendant?
Nate, she didn't mean it. Nate! Nate, I'm talking to you.
We're twins. How could she?
Nate!
Nate! Nate!
From today's events, it seems the Brooks family doesn't know you're a healer. And where did you learn it?
Nathaniel and I are twins. He was born with a rare condition. My family couldn't care for two infants, so they sent me to be raised by my uncle.
You did mention you weren't raised in the capital.
By chance, I became a healer's apprentice. After years of testing poisons, I finally developed a cure. After I sent it home, somehow it ended up with Miranda. So they assumed Miranda did it.
Doing all the work for someone else. How generous of you.
Sister!
Someone, help! My son has fainted. Help!
Sister! Sister! Nate disowned us because of you. He even broke the jade pendant, and now he's sick again. Get down here and apologize to him. Tell him you didn't mean it.
You mean this is all my fault? Miranda, didn't they all say you were the one who cured Nathaniel? So why not save him now?
Sister, that's not what I meant.
Right. Mira, hurry and save Nathaniel.
Right. Mira, go check on fifth son.
Mira, say something.
I didn't cure Nate. My sister did.
Mira, what did you say?
I mean, Nate's clearly heartbroken. It's because Annabelle wants to cut ties. That's why he collapsed. If Annabelle would just stay with him, he'll definitely get better.
Right. Mira's right. Annabelle, Nate collapsed because of you. You should be the one to care for him.
Exactly. Just come back and care for him, and you'll still be a Brooks. This little stunt, I'll let it slide.
Who says this is a stunt? I can't wait to cut ties with the Brooks family.
Annie, don't be so stubborn. After all, fifth son is your twin brother.
Instead of this standoff, you should hurry and get a doctor. Or do you just want Nathaniel Brooks to lie there on the ground?
Right. Will, quick, get Nate back to his room. Mira, go back and treat your brother. Our Mira will find a way, right? Quick!
Since the Brooks family is busy, the Duchess and I will not interfere. We're leaving. Goodbye, Your Grace, Duchess. Nate.
I didn't get the disownment papers today. The Brooks family saw Edward is on my side. They won't easily give up their daughter, the Duchess. Disowning them is even harder now. Looks like I'll have to play the long game.
Your Grace, the Princess Regent is here. She's furious. She wants you to bring the Duchess to see her at once.
My aunt is here.
Understood.
Aunt.
Your Brooks family. How dare you? To switch the bride on the wedding day? The Brooks family has defied the crown. Do you think your title as Duchess is secure?
Forgive me, Your Highness. Edward's mother died young. The Princess Regent raised him. She's here to settle the score. To have an easy life, I must not make a bad impression on her.
Aunt. My new wife was never favored by the Brooks family. This matter was their decision. Why take it out on her?
The Brooks family is humiliating you. A mere fifth-rank official dared to switch the bride on a royal wedding day. This is an outrage.
Of course you think I'm perfect. But I'm still disabled.
So what? My brother gave them a chance to refuse. The Brooks family pretended to be happy, then switched the bride. They wanted royal status, but wouldn't give up their youngest daughter. If they dared to refuse to our face, I might have even respected them for their honesty. Miss Annabelle, answer me. I heard that on your wedding night you tried to run away. Is that true?
Your Highness, that is not true. I only went to the backyard to investigate something. I had no intention of fleeing. Please, Your Highness, investigate and clear my name.
Aunt, the escape was a misunderstanding.
He's actually defending me.
I've had it investigated. Aunt, why get worked up over the Brooks family's nonsense? It was an arranged marriage anyway. It doesn't matter who I marry. Besides, that Miss Miranda,
is a hypocrite, not a good match.
Do you really dislike her? Or are you just saying that to appease me?
Of course it's true. That Miss Miranda is a hypocrite. She's a wolf in sheep's clothing. Marrying her would only bring trouble.
Well said. Edward may be in poor health, but his eyes are sharp.
Fine. Since you dislike her so much, then let it be.
Aunt, my new wife hasn't served you tea yet. It's her first time meeting you. Please, give her a chance to serve you tea.
She's only knelt for a moment. You're already feeling sorry for her. You, lift your head.
Yes.
She's quite pretty, Annabelle Brooks. Answer me. Forced into this marriage. Do you resent it?
Your Highness, I married His Grace willingly. His Grace has treated me with great dignity. I am truly grateful. But as a Brooks, I know I can't wash my hands of it. So I volunteer to copy scriptures for 6 months. For His Grace and Your Highness, I will pray.
You know your place. Since you've married Edward, you're a part of South Vale Manor. Don't get any funny ideas. Get along with Edward.
I understand.
Rise.
Yes. Your Highness, please, have some tea. They say, the Princess Regent, long ago to save Edward, was scarred by an attacker, leaving this long scar. No doctor could heal it, but I can.
Enough. I've had my tea. You may go now. I need a word with Edward.
Yes, I'll take my leave.
You're quite protective of this Annabelle Brooks. Since you like her, the Brooks family by accident actually did something good.
You're teasing me, Aunt. I have no interest in love. This Annabelle Brooks, though a Brooks, is at odds with her family, and she's forthright and sharp. If she truly wants to stay at the manor, she'll know what to do.
As long as you know what you're doing. I hear there's a hermit healer in the capital. He cures the incurable. They say he's been seen in the capital city. I will find him. He'll heal your legs.
Aunt, rumors aren't reliable. My legs. The royal physicians say it's irreversible.
Of course I know that. But there's hope. We have to try. Now, your father is growing fond of the second prince. He wants to make him the crown prince. But he used to favor you the most. If you hadn't had that accident, they wouldn't have a chance.
Aunt, watch your words. I'm already a duke. I'm not in the running for the throne.
So what if you're a duke? Your brothers are no good. Especially the second son. In the fight for the throne, it's better to kill an innocent than spare a threat. We can't let our guard down.
Yes. Don't worry, Aunt. I'll do my best to find this healer. And to heal your face, too.
My face. It hasn't healed after all these years. I've long since given up hope. Your health is what matters. Don't worry about me. Edward. Edward. In the royal court, you either fight or die. I just want you to be safe.
I understand.
Doctor, how is he?
Your son's old illness has indeed returned. It's very rare. I am not skilled enough. I can only ease his symptoms. I can't cure it. There is a hermit healer, though. He specializes in this. But he's hard to track down. I will keep an eye out for him. We appreciate it, Doctor.
He was fine. How could it have come back?
Annabelle just had to cause a scene. She did this to my poor Nate. My poor son.
Mom.
Mira, you were the one who cured your brother. You must have a way, right?
Wait, Nate's illness. You didn't really cure him.
Dad.
Husband, what are you saying? We saw it with our own eyes. Mira stayed up all night for Nate. She watched over him for days and nights. But Annabelle slept like nothing was wrong. We couldn't even wake her.
Yeah, Dad. You're accusing Mira unfairly. You'll break her heart. Mira's doing this for a good reason.
Brother, I want to cure Nate too, but...
But what?
Nate's relapse was sudden. This time it's much worse. The old medicine is useless now. And to test the medicine for Nate, my body is already broken. I'm afraid I can't test any more poisons.
Why didn't you tell us sooner? My poor girl.
Mira, I'm sorry. I had no idea. For Nate, you've sacrificed so much.
Brother, mother, father, I didn't want to worry you. For Nate's sake, I'll test the poison again. I did it before. I can do it again.
My sweet girl.
No. Mira, if it were Nate, he wouldn't want you to risk your life again.
Your heart is enough. Besides, didn't they say a hermit healer can cure him? We'll just send for him.
Dad, Mom, don't worry. Even if I can't treat Nate anymore, I will find the hermit healer. I will cure Nate.
Good. My sweet girl.
Mira, just do your best. Don't push yourself.
Okay. Annabelle Brooks. Whether it's our brother or our parents' love, even your husband, he should love me. You will always live in my shadow. Your Grace. Your Grace, this is calming tea. With the incense, it will ease your headache. Please, try it.
I'm not like your brothers. You can't win me over with tea.
Of course, you're clearly not as cold as they are. Anyway, with Edward's subtle protection, here at the manor, I'm more at ease. Edward doesn't interfere with my decisions. It's the easiest life I've had in 2 lifetimes. I'm not chasing anyone's favor. I'm just living for myself.
Done staring?
Yes, it's just you in that red robe. You look so handsome, so elegant, so dashing. I was just lost in thought.
Do I look that gullible? If you'd used 2 fewer idioms, I might have believed you.
Well, not really. You in red really do look handsome. Thank you, Your Grace, for speaking up for me in front of the Princess Regent.
You're welcome. I was telling the truth. You should be glad that here, you're not completely useless.
Yes, I can be even more useful.
What are you up to?
This, please, Your Grace. Give this to the Princess Regent.
What is this?
This is a beauty cream. It will help the Princess Regent's facial scar. Apply it morning and night. In less than 2 weeks, she'll see results. It also nourishes the skin. If you don't believe me, Your Grace, you can have it tested.
I'll give it to my aunt. Use some yourself. You look so pale and thin. If word gets out, they'll say I'm mistreating you.
Yes. This cold-hearted Duke, is he actually worried about me? April, is my face really that pale? No, Duchess. You're just a little darker than other ladies. Just a tiny bit. Just a little. You just look a bit tired. When I first came to the capital, I was so pale. Miranda Brooks, she dragged me to a flower viewing. She was fully covered while I was left to bake in the sun. Miranda's malice was obvious from the start. I was so caught up in my longing for family, I didn't notice. To think, I was so stupid in my past life, blindly obeying the Brooks family. Miranda Brooks had me wrapped around her finger. Duchess, what are you talking about? Nothing, April. Tomorrow, go to the market. Buy a lot of pearl powder. I'm making a lot of beauty cream. Yes. But, Duchess, making all this, it's very expensive. With your current monthly allowance, it won't last long. Don't tell me. You're going to use your own dowry. Right. I'm somewhat settled here now. But to get things done, it all costs money. My meager dowry won't last long. I've got it. It's okay, April. Go ahead and buy it. The money, we'll earn it back soon. How? Don't tell me, Duchess. You're secretly going to practice medicine? What are you thinking? Of course not practicing medicine. Selling beauty cream. But Lady Brooks and Miss Miranda, didn't they forbid sharing it? I made this myself. The Brooks family has no say in it. In my past life, everyone thought Miranda Brooks made the beauty cream, and that it was for the Brooks family. It was jokingly called the Brooks family's youth-preserving secret. The Brooks family didn't want it shared. But I'm going to do the opposite. Now that I'm gone, the Brooks family, how will they maintain their youth-preserving secret? Yes, Duchess, I'm glad you've decided. But how are we going to sell it? Don't tell me we have to be like those vendors and set up a stall. Just you wait. In less than a month, people will be at our door begging for it.
Master Nate, you're awake. I'll go get the lady of the house.
Wait. While I was unconscious, did Annabelle come to see me?
Miss Annabelle. She didn't come back.
Why? Aren't we family? How could she just abandon us like that? We treated her so well. Wasn't that enough? She had everything here. And still she fought with Mira. When have we ever wronged her?
Master Nate.
When she got married, she only took so little. She must have left it all on purpose. She was just looking for an excuse to come back. Let's go to her room. Pack up her things. Go. Take me to Miss Annabelle's room.
Yes.
Didn't I tell you to take me to Miss Annabelle's room? Why did you bring me to a servant's room?
Master Nate, this is Miss Annabelle's room.
What did you say? How is that possible? Isn't this a servant's room?
I wouldn't dare lie to you. When Miss Annabelle first returned, her room wasn't ready, so she had to stay here. But no one expected she'd stay here for 8 years. This is Miss Annabelle's most cherished hairpin. She said it was from you, Master Nate, her very first gift. Usually she'd often take it out to polish. Why didn't she take it with her?
This hairpin. Mira, the Festival of Skills is in 2 days. When I was in Riverside County, I picked this out just for you. Well, do you like it?
I knew it. Nate always thinks of me. But the other day, eldest brother gave me a dress made of silk of morning mist. This hairpin, it's a little plain, isn't it? It doesn't suit me.
What? Eldest brother gave you silk of morning mist? No way. When it comes to gifts, I can't let eldest brother outdo me. This hairpin, it's not good enough for you.
Oh, Nate, always trying to one-up eldest brother.
Of course. Our Mira deserves the very best in the world.
This hairpin, it's so delicate. How could you just throw it away?
If you like it, take it.
Really? Thanks, Nate. This is the first time you've ever given me a gift. I'll cherish it forever.
How petty. Come on, I'll take you, Mira, to the biggest shop in the capital to pick out a new one. Okay? Nate's paying.
Then I want their rouge too.
How could this be? Mira always got so many gifts. But Annabelle only had one. A hairpin no one wanted. What we cast aside, she cherished as a treasure. No, something's not right. I have to ask Mira.
Nate, what are you doing here? You're still recovering. The doctor said you need to rest. If you wanted to see me, I could have come to you.
All you ever see is Miranda. No matter what I do, you never see it. Everything I have is just what Miranda didn't want. A family like you. I don't need you.
Nate, what's wrong?
So Annie was telling the truth. It's all true.
Nate, are you still thinking about what Annie said? Don't worry. She cares about us so much. She would never cut us off. Nate, why are you looking at me like that?
Mira, do you really think that?
Nate, what are you talking about? She's my family too. Of course I want our family to be together. Nate! What did Annabelle do? Why is he always taking her side lately? Once I find the hermit healer, I'll cure Nate and the Duke. Both the Duke and Nate. They'll both be on my side in the end.
Duchess, the Princess Regent summoned you suddenly. Do you think something's wrong? I don't think so. The beauty cream I gave her was for 2 weeks. She's probably run out. But she summoned me so urgently. Could it be that it didn't work? In my past life, aside from the Brooks ladies, I never tested it on anyone else. Could it be that the herbs weren't strong enough?
Look at this. It's faded so much, isn't it?
It has.
It's almost gone.
Right. It's not just faded. My skin looks better too. You can't even tell it was there. The Princess Regent isn't wearing a veil. The scar looks much lighter. Thank goodness the cream worked. Otherwise, my reputation as a healer would be ruined. Your Highness. My ladies.
Annabelle, come to your aunt.
Yes.
This is my niece-in-law, Annabelle. She made the cream that healed my face. Annabelle, dear, these are all my dear friends. Lady Warren, mistress of the Marquisate. Lady Layton from the Chancellor's house. And from the Ministry of Rights, Lady Marshall. We're just old friends catching up. We're not big on formalities, so relax.
Yes.
This cream. Did you really make it yourself?
Yes, I've always loved experimenting with these things, and I've studied a little with an old doctor. It's nothing much.
Oh, you. So modest. It's not nothing much. My face. All the royal doctors have seen it. Years with no improvement. I never thought it would ever heal. Now, looking at my face, I'm smiling in my dreams.
You're too kind, Your Highness. You're prone to scarring. You scar easily. So in your cream, I added brightening and anti-inflammatory ingredients. That's why it worked so quickly. Here's the next dose. When you run out, just ask me for more.
This is wonderful. Now when I go out, I won't need a veil. I hear the Brooks have a beauty secret. So mysterious. And they won't share it. But in my opinion, Annabelle's is much better.
You're absolutely right, Your Highness. Looking at your face, Your Highness, the scar has faded, and your whole face looks so much brighter. Your face looks better than mine with makeup. Your complexion is radiant.
By the way, this beauty cream, it's not just for healing, is it?
Of course. I named it Beauty Cream because it's for daily use. Apply it morning and night, and your skin will glow.
Can you make some for us, too? These friends of mine heard about the beauty cream, and once they heard about it, they wouldn't even let me nap. They insisted on summoning you.
It's an honor to have your approval, my ladies. Of course. But the one Your Highness has was specially formulated for her. Each of you has different skin. I'll go home and formulate new ones. Once they're ready, I'll have them delivered to your homes.
Wonderful.
Your Highness, you're so lucky. As soon as Annabelle arrived, she solved a problem that's plagued you for years.
Of course. She's my niece-in-law.
Yes, yes.
Your Highness, we'll take our leave now. We'll be waiting for Annabelle's good news. Annabelle, have a seat. Sit. Edward told me that the incense and calming tea you made relieve his headaches. And lately, you've made my beauty cream and cared for Edward. You've been so thoughtful.
You're too kind, Your Highness. Since I'm married to His Grace, it's my duty to look after him.
With me, no need for formalities. Just like Edward. Call me Aunt Regent.
Yes, Aunt Regent.
You have no idea. That boy, Edward, he's always been a bit rigid. After his leg injury, he became even more cold to everyone. Forget marriage. For a while, I even worried if he was into men. But by a twist of fate, we found him a wonderful wife. I can tell Edward really likes you.
His Grace likes me?
Of course. His Violet Grove wing. He never lets any woman in. Anyway, you healed my face. And from what I've seen, I know you're a good person. About the Brooks family, I've heard. If you need anything, just ask.
Yes. Thank you, Aunt Regent. I will.
Silly girl. There's no need. We're family now. It's only right. It's you who's been through so much.
Back then, for my so-called mother and sister, I made so much beauty cream, but no one ever thanked me. Now, from someone who isn't even family, I've finally found the care I've always craved.
Duchess, something's happened at the manor. You must return at once.
What?
So this is Southvale Manor. So much grander than home. Lily, do I look good in this? Of course. Your skin is like porcelain, miss, and your face a peach blossom. Any man who sees you will surely fall for you. That's true. With my gentle charm, even the Duke of Southvale will be just like my other admirers and fall for me.
Who goes there?
I'm the Duchess's sister, here to see the Duchess.
The Duchess is out. Leave. Unauthorized personnel. Without the Master's permission, you may not enter.
You have no idea who you're dealing with.
Get out of my way! These are for His Grace and the Duchess. Don't get them dirty.
Miss, isn't that the Heartseam Tailor's manager? They only make clothes for the nobility. Our family's orders always get rejected. Now that Miss Annabelle's married into the manor, she gets to wear them. Lily, don't be so shallow. It's just a dress. I'll have one soon enough. The tailor's manager. I have a plan.
Your Grace, these are the summer clothes from Heartseam Tailors. Please take a look.
Red suits you, Your Grace. It really does.
Just the red one. Yes. Since when does His Grace like red?
Let go! Let go! Let go! Let go of me! Let go of me!
What's going on here? Reporting, sir. She's not a maid from the manor. She snuck in with the people from Heartseam Tailors. She was lingering near the Violet Grove wing, acting suspiciously. We suspect she's an assassin.
I'm not an assassin. I'm the 7th daughter of the Brooks family. I'm Miranda Brooks. I'm the Duchess's sister. Sister? Sister, are you there? Sister, please see me. Dad, Mom, brother, they all miss you so much.
What's all this noise?
Brother-in-law. Brother-in-law. I'm Miranda Brooks. We've met before. Can you please help me? Please, let me see my sister. Even though I don't know what I did wrong, but as long as it makes my sister happy, I'll do anything. Even if I have to kneel and beg for forgiveness, I will. Why does Annabelle get to marry a man this handsome and noble? They said the Duke of Southville was a hideous cripple. That's why I tricked her into marrying him. But it's fine. If I just pull the same trick again, everything Annabelle has will be mine.
You are Annabelle's full sister?
Yes, brother-in-law. I'm Mira. Brother-in-law. I'm Mira.
Ugly. Nothing like her.
Brother-in-law, I know. I was wrong to trespass. But I really miss my sister.
Annoying. Drag her out. 20 strokes.
No, brother-in-law, I was wrong. I don't want to be beaten. Brother-in-law, I'm begging you. I found the hermit healer. Brother-in-law, he can heal your legs.
Excuse me. I'm here to see the Duchess. Please announce me.
The Duchess isn't here.
Another one? Looking for the Duchess.
A woman just came by, claiming to be the Duchess's sister. She came with the Heartseam Tailors and snuck into His Grace's Violet Grove wing. Now, she's been caught. But I thought the Duchess wasn't here. I bet she was really here for His Grace. She even said she found some miracle healer for him.
Excuse me. That woman you were talking about, is her name Miranda Brooks, is it?
What are you doing here?
Annabelle. Mira. She's in the manor now.
You really can't stand to see me happy.
Annabelle.
Brother-in-law, the hermit healer is on his way. I wanted to come in. My sister wouldn't see me, so I really didn't know my sister wasn't here.
Miranda, you came to see me or my husband?
No, sister. I just wanted to tell you that I found the hermit healer. That's all.
So you're saying you found the hermit healer but didn't treat Nathaniel? Instead, you came to the manor to treat His Grace's leg?
No, sister. I just thought that life here wasn't easy for you. I thought I could help you and my brother-in-law.
The guard clearly told you I wasn't here. While I was gone, you snuck into my husband's inner chambers. So this is your idea of helping me?
No, that's not it. I thought I could wait for you here.
Miss Miranda, you don't think... My manor is like your family, a bunch of fools who can't tell right from wrong?
No, no!
You're back.
I'm sorry. For the trouble my family caused, I'll handle it.
It's fine. The Brooks family, they can't tell right from wrong. They mistake fool's gold for pearls. But I will never be like them, blind and foolish.
Wow. Edward. He's standing up for me.
You were gone all afternoon. Someone took advantage of your absence. What did the Aunt Regent say to you?
The beauty cream I gave her. It worked. The scar on her face faded a lot. Some of her lady friends also asked me to make some for them. She was so happy. She asked me to stay a while.
You're quite the charmer.
This Duke, could he really be charmed by Annabelle? Why is she so lucky? Nate, quick, help me talk to my sister. My sister... Nate? Why are you looking at me like that?
Miranda, should I even trust you anymore?
Nate, what do you mean by that?
Your Grace, Duchess, someone's here to see you. He says he's the hermit healer. Your Grace, Duchess, someone is here to see you. He says he's the hermit healer.
The healer? I brought him here. He'd stopped treating people. I've studied some herbs. I know a little medicine. We got along well. That's why he agreed to help. I really am doing this for everyone's good.
Your Grace, Mira does know some medicine. Why not let him in to take a look?
Let him in.
Dr. Whitman, you're here.
I assume this is the Duke of Southvale. Let me be clear. Though I am called a healer, I can't guarantee I can cure everything. But I will do my best. Let me take your pulse, Your Grace.
He's already making excuses. Looks like he's covering his own back. Wait, you say you're the hermit healer? Any proof? His Grace is a nobleman. You can't just touch him.
Sister, I know you don't like me, but you can't question the healer's identity. What if you anger him? What if it delays Nate's and my brother-in-law's treatment?
Annabelle, Mira has a point.
Let him examine me.
Yes.
Medicine involves observation, smell, sound, and touch. Since the Duchess won't let me touch him, then I will start with observation. Your Grace's leg condition is congenital. Also, it requires medicinal baths. Besides the leg condition, Your Grace also suffers from a severe recurring headache, and it is very serious. Am I correct?
Yes. Dr. Whitman, you're so skilled. What else do you see?
Your Grace, have you been having trouble sleeping and dreaming, and trouble concentrating? As for the rest, I'll need to take your pulse.
You mean His Grace's condition is worsening?
Exactly.
Everyone here knows that Edward's condition is almost cured. I was just thinking how to expose him, and this fake doctor just blew his own cover. Where did Miranda find such a stupid fraud? Who told you that? Miranda?
Duchess, don't slander me. I diagnosed them myself. As soon as I arrived, you, Duchess, have been targeting me and Miss Mira relentlessly. It seems you don't approve of my medical skills. Very well. I'll leave then.
Dr. Whitman, no! Sister, I know you hate me, but you can't just ignore my brother-in-law's health. It's serious.
Annabelle, don't be so stubborn. Let's hear what His Grace has to say.
Dr. Whitman, you were correct. But that was my condition a month ago. My headaches are cured. You're so skilled, Dr. Whitman. Couldn't you tell?
His Grace has been eating and sleeping well. He has none of the symptoms you mentioned. He's not some hermit healer. He's a traitor who fled the Herbalists Guild, Felix Whitman.
What?
Seize him.
Don't kill me, spare me, Your Grace.
In this world, the only one who may look down on me is my father, the king. You're a mere ant, daring to speak to me like this? Even if you were a true healer, so what? To be so arrogant and disdainful of others makes you unworthy of the title.
Why does Edward look so handsome when he's scolding him?
I won't do it again.
Who gave you the nerve to come to Southvale Manor to scam us? What are you really after?
Spare me, Duchess. I wasn't thinking straight.
Still not telling the truth?
I'll talk. I didn't plan to scam the manor. It was her. She gave me a box of gold to pose as a healer and treat someone. His Grace's symptoms, she told me about them.
No, that's not it. I was tricked too. It was him. He said he was a healer. I was tricked too.
This is the gold she gave me. Look, it has her family's mark. I'm not lying. Miranda Brooks. This is really from the Brooks family. I can't believe you... could do something like this.
Nate, it's not true. This bracelet. He stole this bracelet. He stole it. He definitely stole it.
Nathaniel, people don't just suddenly turn rotten. You just never saw it before.
Your Grace, my sister was wrong. I failed to discipline her. I will discipline her strictly.
I don't care about your family. It's not my concern. Take this man to the dungeon. As for Miss Miranda, 50 strokes, and she's banned from my manor.
Edward is truly furious. 50 strokes? Not even a grown man could take that, let alone Miranda with her frail body.
Save me, Nate! Nate, please save me! Nate! Nate, I saved your life! You can't abandon me!
Your Grace, even if Mira was wrong, she is still my sister. She saved my life. As her brother, I'm responsible. I'll take her punishment.
Blind and foolish. You still think Miranda Brooks saved you?
What do you mean, Your Grace?
I won't repeat myself. Since you want to take her punishment, don't ask me. Ask the Duchess. It's her call.
Annabelle. She wasn't thinking straight, but she's just a girl. She can't take that kind of beating. I'll take her punishment.
Such a touching brother-sister bond. But what's that to me? 50 strokes, not a single one less.
Annabelle, she's your own sister.
Take him away. Don't disturb his grace.
Annabelle! Annabelle.
Come, and push me inside. When Nathaniel knelt, did you soften?
You're mistaken, Your Grace. I will never make the same mistake again.
The Hermit Healer. That's you, isn't it? Don't be nervous. I was just curious. I won't do anything about it.
Yes. How did you find out, Your Grace?
I was just suspicious. Just a bluff. Now I'm sure.
You tricked me.
Not really. You cured my head.
You even stabilized the Nathaniel's
Chronic condition.
My aunt's facial scar, even the royal physicians were helpless. You cured it in one go. In this world, how could it all be a coincidence?
Then that just proves I'm a skilled healer.
But after you arrived in the capital, that is when rumors spread that the Hermit Healer was in the capital. I had my men investigate. Your master, who taught you medicine, is mysterious and hard to track. But he occasionally treats the poor in remote villages. So, he must be the previous Hermit Healer, Dr. Crane.
Exactly. This title, my master passed it on to me.
You are so forthright. I thought you'd deny it.
Of course, I'm always honest with my own, but besides, you've been so good to me. It's fine, you know.
When have I ever been good to you?
So many times.
Like letting me stay at the manor. Before, when I went home, you backed me up at Brooks' estate. And this time, you spoke up for me.
I just did it on a whim. Not really.
I know. You didn't do it for me. But in my eyes, you're a really, really good person.
Whatever you say, I am going to rest.
Wait. Your head. Since it's almost healed, how about we...
What? It hasn't been long. Are you already tired of treating me?
Of course not. I mean, we can start treating your legs. It's been at least 5 years since it started. The longer we wait, the slower the recovery. To walk again, we'll need acupuncture. It will be painful.
Do you really think my legs can be cured?
Of course. Don't lose hope, Your Grace. I can do this. In my past life, I remember Edward's legs were also cured. But the timing was wrong. This time, I must get Edward back on his feet. Oh no. Why is my heart beating so fast? Well, I should warn you first. The treatment will be tough. Even if it's painful, we can't stop. I'll need your cooperation, Your Grace.
Okay, do whatever you need to. I'm not afraid of pain or hardship. Whatever method you use, I'll trust you. Now, could you get me a cup of calming tea? I'd like to rest early.
Oh, right. Actually, besides the calming tea, there's another way to help you, Your Grace. Fall asleep quickly.
What?
Just follow me, Your Grace.
So your second method is drinking.
Right. Drinking is so much more fun. You don't know. My master never let me drink much. So stingy.
Two sips and you're already drunk. Dr. Crane was right.
He's so handsome when he smiles. Edward, you mustn't fall for Miranda's tricks.
What?
You can't. You can't. Don't. Don't be all flirty with Miranda. She's just using her healing as an excuse to get to you. She wants everyone in the world to adore her. Everything that's mine always ends up being hers. But you can't.
Okay, no flirting.
Never again. So soft.
You're drunk.
No, I'm not drunk. I'm perfectly sober. You're Edward Sterling, my poor husband. Just like me. We both hate Miranda Brooks. And now, you're the nicest to me. Nate used to be so good to me.
You care a lot about this, Nate?
As a child, Mira and I both had a high fever. Everyone in the house was around Mira. I was alone in bed. No one even gave me a sip of water. Nathaniel Brooks found me. He got a doctor for me.
You think he saved you?
After he got sick, I studied medicine. Before I'd try acupuncture on him, I'd always test it on myself first. Edward. It hurt so much. After he got sick, it broke my heart. He said he wanted to see the flower on the snow-capped peak, the Wu Ling flower. So every year I'd go pick one for him. One year I almost froze to death on the peak. Before he got better, we were so close. He saw it himself today. It was Mira's fault. Why did he, for Mira, get on his knees for me?
He's blind.
Every time Mira gets into trouble, she cries and blames me. And they all call me a bad kid. Why won't they believe me?
Don't cry. You're not a bad kid.
Edward. Can you hug me? All my life, whenever Mira was upset, someone would hug her, comfort her. Every time I saw that, I'd be so envious. I'd think, if I were upset, how nice it would be to have someone hug me. Edward. Just once. Just once.
Come here. I thought this was just one hug. Annabelle. From now on, I'll have to limit your drinking.
My Mira, how could this happen? Thank goodness she's alive. Annabelle's insane. How could she do this to Mira? If it weren't for her, Mira would never have gone to the manor.
I just got back, and I find Mira beaten like this. No way. I'm going now to settle the score with Annabelle. Third son, don't go. Why won't you let me go? At home, we wouldn't even dare to touch so much as a finger on Mira. But Annabelle, had Mira beaten 50 times, how could she be so vicious?
Vicious? Who's the vicious one? Mira hired a fake healer to trick the Duke. And while Annabelle wasn't looking, she snuck into the Duke's room. That's her brother-in-law. What kind of filthy thoughts was she having?
Nate, shut up. Mira is innocent and kind. She would never do something like that.
Innocent? Kind? Now I finally understand why Annabelle cut ties with us. You all drove her away. You're all to blame. And I'm one of them.
What nonsense are you talking? Weren't we good enough to her?
Good to her. Has anyone here even been to Annabelle's room? Before she married, she was always in a servant's room.
What? Annabelle, in a servant's room? She's the eldest daughter of the Brooks family.
When she first came back, there were no empty rooms. And she never brought it up. So I just forgot.
What have we all done to Annabelle?
Someone, have Miss Annabelle bring the incense to me.
Eldest Master, Miss Annabelle is at the manor.
Forget it. Just get me a doctor.
Yes.
This is Edward Sterling's room. I remember. I got drunk last night. I hope I didn't say anything I shouldn't have. You're Edward Sterling, my poor husband. Edward. Just one hug. Just one hug. Annabelle, with your tolerance, how could you be so reckless? You're awake, miss. Where's His Grace?
His Grace is in the hall. He's waiting for you to join him for breakfast.
Your Grace.
Join me for breakfast.
Yes.
Your Grace. I got drunk last night. I hope I didn't say anything foolish or do anything I shouldn't have.
You were drunk. What could you do? Except, you called me by my full name, Edward Sterling.
I can't believe I actually said it. Drinking really is a mistake.
Don't be so dramatic, I don't care. About titles. You don't have to. Keep calling yourself this one. After a while, I start to feel like you're insulting me behind my back.
I'm not.
I had the kitchen make you some congee to sober you up.
Okay.
His Grace is actually being caring. I knew it. He's special to the Duchess.
Your Grace, I want to open a shop in the capital. A cosmetic shop that sells beauty creams. Do you have any vacant shops? I can pay rent.
Need money? Just take it from the manor's treasury.
No, it's not that. Besides making money, I just want something to do.
We do have a few vacant shops. Take one if you want. It's rent-free. Can you eat in peace now?
Oh, Your Grace. The beauty creams for the Aunt Regent and the other ladies are ready. When should we deliver them to the Aunt Regent?
The Aunt Regent is staying at the palace. She's there on the king's orders, to find noble ladies for my brothers. It's not convenient for you to go. Just give me the creams. I'll take them. I'll take you in.
You said, for whom?
Such a strong reaction, Duchess. Could it be, among my brothers, there's someone you fancy?
No, I've never even met them. How could I?
My second brother is looking to marry.
I was just surprised. The second prince is several years older than you. How is he still unmarried? I almost forgot about this. This matchmaking happened in my past life, too. The royal dowager's top choice was General Warren's daughter, but by then, the second prince was already having an affair with Miranda, so he naturally refused to marry anyone else.
My two older brothers are the top candidates for the throne. They must choose carefully a noble lady, so naturally, it won't be so fast.
Did I say something wrong? Because of his poor health, he's out of the running for the throne. That's why he married me, a minor official's daughter, for good luck. If he were healthy, he'd probably marry a noble lady for support.
No. Getting support means being controlled. History is full of puppet kings. They're everywhere. Besides, I'm not interested in love. It makes no difference. But you're less trouble than others.
I'll take that as a compliment. Please, have more. In my past life, they had their trysts at a secluded spot, Silent Hill Abbey. No one knew about their affair. Only when the second prince became king did he marry her. Miranda hid it so well just to give herself an escape route. This time, if I expose you two to everyone, what will you do then?
Lost in thought?
Your Grace, the second prince won't get engaged this time.
How do you know, Duchess?
Because the second prince is in love with Miranda. They're having an affair. But with our family's current status, Miranda can't even be his junior consort.
Why are you telling me this? You want me to step in and help you get revenge?
I do need a favor, Your Grace. It's not about revenge. I just want everything to go back to how it was. I want to invite the Princess Regent and the other ladies to visit Forest Hill Abbey.
Forest Hill Abbey. I see.
Thank you, Your Grace. In my past life, Miranda always stole my work. She used my beauty cream to please the dowager. She stole my plans to help the second prince through his crisis, and married him as a result. In this life, I will never again be Miranda's blood bag.
Oh, you sweet girl. How thoughtful of you to come all this way to Forest Hill Abbey to pray for us. Perfect timing. My friends and I come to pray every month, so we came together today.
It's the least I could do. Forest Hill Abbey is on a mountain, so it's very peaceful. Perfect for prayer. I didn't mean to trouble you, Aunt Regent and the other ladies. Thank you for coming all this way.
Not at all. I've heard the abbot here is a master at fortune-telling. I came today specifically for my rascal of a son, to ask about his career. With some free time lately, coming here to pray and have a simple meal is wonderful. Speaking of which, Annabelle and Edward, when will you give us a little one?
Please, Aunt Regent, don't tease me. Aunt Regent, don't make the gods work so hard. Edward and I don't even share a room. Even the gods can't create something from nothing.
This carriage looks so familiar. It looks like it's from the palace. I wonder, which noble is here? You don't know. The royal dowager is Buddhist. As her son, the second prince was raised in the faith. Usually, he comes here to clear his mind.
So that's it. No wonder. I've seen this carriage often. To think the second prince is also a devout man. The abbot only offers fortune-telling now. Ladies, let's go together.
Since we're here, we should all pay our respects. We can go on our own. You go on ahead.
Yes. Then I'll go prepare the vegetarian meal. The vegetarian meal here is the most refreshing. I'm sure Aunt Regent and the ladies will enjoy it.
Good. Thank you for your trouble.
Let's go inside.
Let's go.
Duchess, weren't we going to prepare the meal? What are we doing here?
Before we eat, we have a show to watch. Let's see if the stars are here. Stay close, don't get lost.
Yes.
First, I need to confirm which room they're in. I want everyone to see this show.
Duchess, that looks like Miss Miranda's maid. What's she doing here? Duchess, that's Miss Miranda, not Lily. That looks like Miss Miranda, not Lily.
Quiet.
Duchess, why is Miss Miranda wearing Lily's clothes and acting so sneaky at the Abbey?
Let's follow her and find out. Go.
Mira!
So, this is where they are. Good heavens. Miss Miranda, posing as a maid, and seeing another man. Duchess, this... Miss Miranda is so shameless.
He's no ordinary man. He's the second prince.
The second prince? Miss Miranda and the second prince are having an affair. This is a scandal. If anyone else finds out, Miss Miranda's reputation will be ruined for life. Why don't we expose them right now?
It's just the two of us. We'll just tip them off. To catch them in the act, the more people, the better.
They say the second prince comes here every week to meditate. Who knew he was practicing such debauchery?
You've got a sharp tongue.
It's true. This abbey is a place of peace, and they have no shame.
All right, now that the main players are here, go and get everyone and bring them here. Let the show begin.
Yes.
Your sister is so cruel. She had you beaten 50 times. When I found out, I wanted to tear her apart. Mira, you've been through so much.
I just wanted to make my sister happy. I never thought I'd be tricked by a fake healer and misunderstood by my sister. But Charles, I really only love you. Maybe, since she married the Duke of Southvale, she's unhappy.
That impotent cripple. Of course she's jealous of your vibrant life. Mira, what I love most about you is your kindness and innocence. But sometimes, I wish you weren't so kind. That way Annabelle wouldn't have treated you so badly. I wish I could marry you right now and protect you. But, not yet. Mira, you've been wronged.
I'm not wronged. I only blame myself for not being born into a noble family. I can't support you, Charles. But it's okay. As long as I can be your concubine, or your chambermaiden. As long as I can see you every day, Charles, I'll be happy.
Mira, you've already helped me so much. During the hunt, I was alone and bitten by a viper. You appeared and saved me. At that moment, I thought, you must be a fairy sent from heaven to save me. Mira, rest assured, my main consort can only be you.
With your promise, Charles, that's enough. All this, I know.
Let me see. Is your wound better?
Stop it. Your Highness, ladies, the Duchess has prepared the meal. Please, this way.
Your Highness, your niece-in-law is so thoughtful. We've been walking all morning, and I'm starving.
Annabelle is always so clever and sweet. Then let's go together. Let's go.
Will you always love me, Charles?
Of course. You're the most innocent and lovely woman I've ever met.
How can there be such shameless people in a temple committing such a disgraceful act?
The nerve! They have no fear of offending the gods in our noble company.
Did I just hear Charles's name?
Could it be? Guards! Break down this door!
Yes, ma'am.
Who's there? How dare you barge in on a prince?
It's me. Second prince. Are you going to punish me?
I didn't know it was you, Aunt. Please forgive me, Aunt.
Let me see. Which shameless girl seduced you to commit such filth in this temple? You have the nerve to do it, but not to show your face? Go, drag her out.
Charles, save me!
Isn't that Miss Miranda? But what's she doing with the second prince? Miss Miranda, you Brooks family. How dare you play me for a fool? You had Annabelle marry in your place, just to seduce the second prince, Charles. For the king, I found you noble ladies. You rejected them all for 2 weeks. So you already had someone in mind. Why did you have to humiliate me like this?
It's not like that, Aunt. I wasn't in my right mind. I never meant to humiliate you.
Miranda, you schemed so hard to marry the second prince. This time, I'll give you a hand. But the title of main consort, you can forget about it for life. April. Didn't I tell you to bring the ladies here? Why have you stopped here? Miranda, what are you doing here? With a strange man. You too.
Annabelle, all of this was your plan, wasn't it?
Miranda, don't you dare slander me. You're the one with no shame. In broad daylight, in a sacred place like this, you were with another man. And now, in front of the Princess Regent, you dare frame me?
No. So that's why the bride was switched. So it was Miranda. She looked down on the Duke, but instead, she landed a higher branch with the second prince, tricking her sister into taking her place. What a clever scheme.
They say Miss Miranda, though not from a noble family, is quite talented. But who knew she'd stoop to such low tactics?
No, it's not like that. Sister, I know you hate me, but I'm your sister too. You can't frame me like this.
I came here to pray. I knew nothing. So that's why you suddenly switched marriages. How dare you fool the Princess Regent? Please, Your Highness, please do me justice.
Charles, say something.
Enough, you wretched girl. Don't you dare drag the Duchess into this. Guards, this girl has disturbed the peace. Take her out and give her 20 strokes. Lock her up to await judgment. Second prince, take him to the palace. Let the king decide his fate.
Charles, save me. No, Charles, save me.
This is about the royal family's honor. I'll handle everything. This won't leave Forest Hill Abbey. And I hope you all will keep this to yourselves.
Of course. This is giving me a headache. That's all for today.
Yes.
Annabelle?
This whole spectacle today, you set it up, didn't you?
You figured it out, Aunt Regent. Yes. I'm sorry, Aunt Regent.
You should have told me. If I'd known this was going to happen, I would have invited the Dowager and the others, so they could see for themselves that Charles isn't as gentle as he seems.
Aunt Regent, you're not angry?
We're family. Just ask if you need help. That Charles, he's always been devious. He's always gotten the best of Edward. But everyone is fooled by his gentle act.
I'm sorry, Aunt Regent. I should have told you sooner.
Good girl. I'm not angry with you. I know you had your reasons. You and Edward have both had it hard. There are things you can't tell me. But I am always on your side.
Aunt Regent, I'm going to the Brooks estate. There's one more thing. Until it's settled, I won't rest.
Go. Remember, His Grace and I have your back.
Yes, thank you, Aunt Regent.
You mean you knew Mira was seeing the second prince?
I thought Mira just had a crush on him. I didn't think it was a big deal.
Idiot. That's the second prince.
Father, Mira, she's just naive. She's easily fooled by men.
Well, now that it's happened, why not have the second prince marry Mira and make her his consort?
You're all idiots. His consort?
Mira can't be his consort.
Annabelle, what are you saying? You ruined Mira's life. How dare you come back?
Did I force her to have an affair with the second prince? She did something so shameless. She must face the consequences. Miranda's reputation is ruined. His Majesty is furious. Forget being the second prince's consort. Even being a concubine is a privilege.
What did you say? How could Mira be a concubine?
Don't be so naive, Master Brooks. Miranda made a terrible mistake. To still marry the second prince is a royal favor. But I'm not here today to talk about that. Sign this disownment letter, and I'll have nothing to do with the Brooks family.
Don't you dare, Annabelle. Listen to me. You will always be a Brooks.
What a curse. Mira's locked up. Nate's been bedridden. You won't even help your family. And you're kicking us while we're down.
They brought this on themselves. If you don't sign, Miranda can't wait that long.
What do you mean?
His Majesty is furious. The second prince begged for mercy, but only secured her the title of a concubine. But His Grace, for my sake, will persuade the king to make Miranda the second prince's junior consort. It's up to you.
You're threatening me.
I'm just making a deal with you, Mr. Brooks. After all, your favorite daughter marrying a prince as a concubine, I'm sure you'd be a laughingstock at court. Right, Mr. Brooks?
You promise you can make Mira the second prince's junior consort?
Of course. We'll say that while praying on the mountain, Mira fell. The second prince saved her, and people saw. The second prince, to protect her honor, will make her his junior consort.
You've even thought of the story, and it's airtight. So this disownment letter, I have no choice but to sign.
Yes. I have 100 ways to make you agree. It's up to you whether you want to save Mira.
My lord, Mira can't be a concubine.
Fine. I'll sign.
Father, you can't.
Annabelle Brooks, once you sign this disownment letter, don't ever think of coming back.
Gladly. I won't disturb you, Mr. Brooks, as you marry off your daughter. I'm leaving.
Annabelle, are you really leaving us?
I left you long ago. I'm finally free. This place buried my past life and my whole life. Duchess? Let's go. Let's go back to the manor. Every day from now on will be a good day. Yes.
Annabelle. 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 How is it?
I love it. Thank you, Nate.
And I love you most too.
I love you most, Nate. Come on, Nate.
I, Annabelle Brooks, sever all ties with the Brooks family.
Nate, are you all right?
Without our support, Annabelle, at the manor, what kind of life can she have? In a few days, she'll be crying and begging to be taken back.
Dad, Mom. Dad, Mom!
Sir,
This is Mr. Brooks. Receive the decree.
Yes.
By the Emperor's decree, effective immediately, Miss Miranda Brooks is betrothed to the second prince, Charles Sterling, as his junior consort. The wedding will be next month. So decreed. You're a lucky man, Mr. Brooks, to have two princes as sons-in-law.
I accept the decree. Thank you, Your Majesty, for the marriage.
Then I'll take my leave. Please, Mr. Brooks, teach Miss Miranda well.
Mira! 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 Mira, you're so foolish. In this world, a woman's honor is everything. If His Majesty finds out, your father and your brother's careers will be ruined.
Mom, I know. I really do love the second prince. I never meant to drag the family down. I don't want to be a junior consort. Please, help me, Dad.
Miranda Brooks! You're an unmarried woman and you were at an abbey, fooling around with a prince. How could you do something so vile? And you still expect the second prince to marry you properly?
Nate, how could you say that?
Nate, that's enough. Mira, this whole thing is your fault. But what's done is done. This is already the best solution.
Brother, Father, I really do love the second prince. I know I was wrong. Please, help me. There must be another way, right? There's a way.
You wretched girl. The royal dowager is bent on putting the second prince on the throne. You've made the second prince lose the king's favor. This isn't an alliance. It's a feud. My position. For 10 years, I can forget about a promotion.
How could this happen?
Father, Mira is simple-minded. She couldn't have thought that far. Mira, is that really the case?
Enough. It's too late now. The wedding is soon. Prepare the dowry.
Yes, yes, yes! Mom, right now, what the second prince needs most is money. If I bring a bigger dowry, the royal dowager will surely forgive me.
You make it sound so easy. I'm just a 5th-rank official. My salary is meager. The dowry will be the same as your sister's. Get Annabelle's dowry list. Let's check it.
What list? When Annabelle got married, didn't you handle it, my lord?
What did you say? What did you say? You're in charge of the household. Everything. The dowry. You were supposed to prepare it.
Annie's wedding day. It was so rushed. There was no time to prepare. I thought you had taken care of it.
Dad, Mom, you just said when Annie got married, our family didn't give her a single cent for her dowry? Then why didn't she say anything? Was she trying to make us feel guilty? But the rest of the family must have chipped in. At least it wasn't too embarrassing.
Right. I remember that day. You gave Mira several sets of hairpieces. When Annie married, she must have gotten some too, right?
No. None of
Got
us.
Annabelle a dowry. On Annabelle's wedding day, we were all just fawning over Miranda. No one ever cared about Annabelle. She hates us. And isn't that justified?
We just didn't pay enough attention to Annabelle.
I never thought. On her wedding day, she acted so normally. I thought,
You're going to be the death of me. You're killing me. No wonder the Duke of South Vale has never been friendly to us. We didn't even prepare a dowry. He must have thought the Brooks family disapproved of the marriage.
Dad, that's not it. The Duke of Southvale never planned to have an heir. He didn't care about the dowry. But I'm different. The royal dowager is already mad at me. Mom, if I lose Charles's favor too, and I have no rich dowry, what will I do for the rest of my life?
Miranda, and you're supposed to be so pure, thinking so far ahead, even planning the succession, dreaming of the second prince's reign, and being made a royal dowager, right?
Nate, watch it. Nate, what's wrong with you? Why are you always defending Annabelle? She saved your life. Mira saved you. You can't forget that.
It's because she saved my life that I've put up with her this long. Otherwise, this sister, I'd be disgusted to even look at her.
Nate! Nate! Nate!
Dear, I know Mira was wrong this time, but she's our daughter. We've loved her for so many years.
Yes, Father. Mira has done so much for our family. We can't just watch her walk into a trap.
Enough! Annabelle had no dowry, but for Mira's wedding she wants so much. How is that fair? This is final. No discussion. Everything will be done to the usual standard.
Dad! Dad! Mom!
Ever since Annabelle left, Mira's been in charge, and everything's gone wrong. Could it be just my imagination?
Got the disownment papers? Not happy, or are you having second thoughts?
I have no regrets. I'm just feeling a little down. The Brooks family, they must know by now that Miranda isn't as innocent as they thought. But for her sake, they still signed the papers. It makes all my years of devotion seem like a joke.
So what? The Brooks family is blind. They mistook a pebble for a pearl.
You're right. But I can't help but feel it wasn't worth it.
Annabelle. Want a hug?
What?
When you were drunk before and feeling down, you just wanted a hug. So now... Want a hug?
After I got drunk, what other stupid things did I do? Why can't I remember anything? Oh no. My heart's racing. We're married anyway, just a hug. It's not a loss.
So...
Well, all right.
Duchess? Duchess, your medicine. Would you like it now, or... Your book, it's upside down. Duchess, what's wrong? How dare you enter without knocking? Your Grace, but you always... I was wrong. I forgot you have a Duchess now. It must be an inconvenience.
Isn't the medicine ready? Give it to His Grace while it's hot.
Yes, Your Grace. This medicine. Why does it taste like bugs?
Sharp taste buds. I did put something in your medicine today. A bone-bane hex.
A hex? In the medicine?
I told you before. His Grace's leg condition is from a hex.
If it's a poison hex, why take another hex? Is that fighting poison with poison?
Yes, His Grace has been cursed with one of the 10 forbidden arts, the bone-bane hex. This hex is extremely vicious. It attacks leg bones and is fireproof. Ordinary doctors can't detect it. In just a few years, the victim will die.
No wonder. My Aunt Regent brought in the best doctors, but they couldn't diagnose it. So how did you figure it out?
It's a coincidence. My master traveled for years. He had many friends, including some hexers. This hex, I've seen it before. Though my master has been crippled for years and has no hexer friends, but this is the most plausible reason. I can't tell him that I heard this in my past life. Your Grace, your legs. It's been 5 years, hasn't it?
Yes.
Then I'll be blunt. If left untreated in 1 year, not even a god can save you. The one who cursed you is truly vicious.
The one who cursed me. I know who it is.
Don't worry, Your Grace. Though it's been a while, it's not hard to treat. What you just drank is the gold hex. It will kill the bone-bane hex, but the bone-bane hex's poison will kill it too.
So you're making the 2 hexes fight to the death inside him. That's a little gross.
That's the idea. But this method isn't rare. It's just hard to find the hex. But you're lucky, Your Grace. I just happened to go to the black market and got one. The hex is cleared. Now, we just need to wake up the leg muscles. Soon, Your Grace, you'll be able to stand again.
Really? That's great. Your Grace, you'll finally be able to stand up. She's right. I'm a lucky man.
All right, let's start now. Your Grace, take off your pants.
Do I really have to take them off? Do I really have to take my pants off? Your Grace, it's not appropriate for me to be here. Should I just step out?
If you don't take them off, how can I give you acupuncture? I can't just yet find your pressure points through your pants.
Oh, it's acupuncture. I thought...
What did you think? You thought, I'm a healer. Among healers, there's no gender. You've delivered the medicine. If you're done, get out. Guard Shaw staying here is just in the way.
I'll go. Knock next time. Yes.
Your Grace, I was just kidding. You don't have to take them off. No.
Annabelle Brooks.
What is it?
How did you know about the second prince and Miranda Brooks? And how did you so easily heal my leg? Every move you make seems to be planned. Why?
Your Grace, what are you talking about?
Don't play dumb. Charles Sterling is extremely cautious. Not even the Brooks family knows about their affair. How did you find out? Also, your master. I've checked. More than a decade ago, he became crippled. He even stopped his free clinics. So how could he have traveled the world and met a hexer? Annabelle Brooks. You're lying. I just want the truth.
I understand. Let me up first. Your Grace, do you believe me? On our wedding day, I had a bizarre dream. In the dream, I really fell for Miranda's trick. I ran away, but I was caught soon after. You were wary of me. You avoided me. I was treated like a prisoner and kept under guard.
And then?
Then, Charles and Miranda framed you together, and they framed me. You divorced me.
You said I divorced you?
But you were lucky, Your Grace. A hexer passed through the capital city and cured your hex. But once you could walk, Charles framed you for plotting treason, and you were thrown in prison. As for me, I was beaten to death by Miranda's men. In the end, Charles became king, and Miranda, for her great service, became queen. Basically, we were just a couple who were framed by Charles and Miranda and died wrongfully. Just a pair of fools.
So, in your dream, we were just strangers in name only. And I divorced you.
You're focusing on that? That's right.
You just told me so easily?
I told you, I'm always honest with my own. Besides, you probably wouldn't believe me anyway. It was just a dream.
If it was just a dream, why are you so concerned? A dream? Or do you see it as a vision of the future?
But regardless, it came true, didn't it?
So, you made a deal with me to use me as a tool to take down Miranda and rewrite the dream's ending?
Yes. But it's not just for me. It's for you, too.
For me, too?
Yes, for us, Edward. If you really have a chance to become king, you'd be a far better king than Charles. That two-faced couple won't care about the people at all. That throne, they don't deserve it. But alone, I'm not strong enough, so I need you. Help me.
I understand. I'll help you. Help us. Rewrite the ending.
Mom, is there anything else we need to get?
Will, I've been so anxious lately. You don't think Annabelle will really cut ties with us, do you? Mira has done so much for this family. She treated our illnesses, made beauty creams. We did favor Mira a bit, and forgot to prepare Annabelle's dowry. But she can't hold a grudge against her own parents.
Mom, Annie was probably just upset. But about the dowry, that was our fault. How about this? Later, we'll prepare 2 dowries. Then, when Annie comes home, we can make it up to her.
You're right. Annabelle will come home eventually. You can't stay mad at your parents.
I heard this makeup shop is run by the Duchess of Southvale. It works wonders. My acne, it cleared it all up. Is it really that effective? I heard the Princess Regent's scar by her eye was also cleared up by it.
What did you say? The Duchess of Southvale? Annabelle Brooks? She makes beauty cream too?
Yeah, and I heard the Brooks' 7th daughter makes it too. But it is a secret. They say it is the Brooks' secret youth-preserving formula. They're so secretive. It can't be as good as this.
Besides, the Duchess's shop can customize beauty cream for your skin type. All the ladies buy from her.
How is that possible?
Alright, let's go get some beauty cream.
Will, didn't Mira say that only she could make this cream? So why can Annabelle make it too? And opened a shop. Our family's formula is a secret. How did she find out?
Mom, we've misunderstood Annie too many times. Let's go home first and ask Mira. All right.
Mom! Did you get me the pearl and jade headpiece? The one from Southgate?
Mira, first, tell me, about Annabelle's beauty cream. What's going on? Didn't you say only you could make it? Didn't you say only you could make it?
What? But isn't that Mira's own formula? Annabelle's selling it on the street.
Yes, and it's selling well.
That bitch, Annabelle. She leaked the beauty cream. Now, how can I use it to please the Dowager?
Miranda, tell the truth. Did you really make this beauty cream yourself?
Nate, of course I made it myself. But my sister said she wanted to see the formula, so I showed it to her. Maybe she copied it then. I don't know.
I told you, Mira is a good girl. Impossible. It must be Annabelle, jealous of Mira. She stole the formula.
Mira, this beauty cream, do you have any more at home?
Brother, are you doubting me? Before, I was so worried about my sister. I only had time lately to make these.
Eldest son, how could you doubt your sister?
Exactly. Mira's been making it for years. Brother, you're in the wrong hand.
Now my brother is just like Nate, doubting me. What spell did Annabelle put on them? Mom, you try it first. I'll make more when I have time.
I'm so sunburned. This is perfect.
Good thing, after Annabelle left, I copied her recipe and made a batch. Whether it works or not, it won't show in a day or two. I'll just have to find a way to get Annabelle's formula for myself.
Mira, I'm sorry. I shouldn't have doubted you.
It's okay, brother. I know. There's been a lot going on lately. But brother, Nate, and third brother, You all love me the most. I would never do anything to make you unhappy.
My face. Mira, what's happening to my face? Why does it burn so much? This has never happened before.
What's going on?
I don't know. Maybe it's been a while. Your skin's just not used to it.
Mom, go wash your face.
Okay.
I really don't know. It was always fine before. The second prince is here.
Your Highness.
Charles? What are you doing here? The Dowager, didn't she forbid us from meeting before the wedding?
Mira.
This cream! You gave this to my mother?
Yes. Why?
Do you know, my mother used this cream. Her face is swollen, and she can't even open her eyes. What on earth is going on?
I think there was a slight issue with the formula. I'm working on it.
Do you know? Last night my mother scared the king. He still refuses to see us. Mira.
I thought you were my soulmate. Even my mother liked you. To think, you've disappointed me so much.
Charles.
Second Prince, please calm down. We will investigate this. We'll give you and the Royal Dowager an explanation. My sister knows some medicine. Later, let her go to see the Royal Dowager.
Fine. Don't forget, my mother is waiting for your apology.
Charles. What's happening? Ever since we got engaged, it's been one thing after another. This isn't how it was supposed to be.
Miranda, was there a problem with the formula? Or was the formula never yours to begin with?
Nate, I've just been in a bad mood.
Miranda, you're full of excuses. Show us your formula. Compare it to Annabelle's. Then we'll know everything. Nate, you have a point. Mira, it's not that I don't want to believe you. Just show us the formula, and that's it. Mira, just show us the formula. Let everyone see.
I didn't make it. My sister did. My sister did it.
Mother.
When I asked you, you insisted that you did it yourself. You even said Annabelle was jealous. That's why I defended you.
Mom, it wasn't like that. I just wanted to get everyone's attention. I really didn't have any bad intentions.
You had no bad intentions? And Annabelle did? You took all the credit for her work and bragged about it. Annabelle knew everything, but she let it go. She even worked for our family for over a decade. No way. I'm going to find Annabelle and explain everything.
Nate!
Wait up. I'm coming with you.
Brother! Nate! Mom! It wasn't like that. I didn't mean it. It's just that after my sister came back, in this family, everyone just revolved around her. I just wanted to get everyone's attention. I really didn't have bad intentions.
Mira, I've always favored you. After your sister came back, to keep you from feeling left out, I gave you everything first. Annabelle only got what was left over. What more could you want?
Mom! Mom!
Mira.
You were clearly wrong.
Third brother! Mom!
Your Highness.
Edward, your legs, they're really healed. Wonderful, thanks to Annabelle.
It was my duty. His Grace now is just like anyone else. With a few more days of practice, he'll be walking completely normally.
Good, you've worked so hard. What do you want? Gold, silver, or jewels? Jewelry or herbs, just name it. I'll get it for you.
Okay, thank you, Aunt Regent.
Moneybags. If you really want something, just pick a few things from the manor treasury.
You're tired. Why don't you rest?
I'm fine. I haven't felt what it's like to stand in so long. Let me just stand and lean on you for a while.
I see nothing. Absolutely nothing.
Aunt Regent, what brings you here today?
What? Are you trying to get rid of me?
How could I?
That's more like it. Oh, Annabelle, Miranda Brooks married Charles a few days ago. She's an heiress, after all. Just one sedan chair, and she was brought in through the side gate. The wedding was shabby, too. Looks like Charles doesn't care much for her.
If he really cared, she wouldn't just be a junior consort.
I heard when Miranda Brooks entered the manor, it was a disaster. Though she's Charles's only junior consort, he has over a dozen chambermaidens.
Over a dozen?
More than that. The day after Miranda Brooks's wedding, the royal dowager gave Charles 2 more chambermaidens. It must be because of that fake beauty cream. She's taking it out on her. As soon as Miranda Brooks entered the manor, she had to fight a whole harem.
Who knew? The second prince seems so gentle. Looks can be deceiving.
Miranda used to suck up to you. This time, because of her, the king has turned against the dowager and her son. From now on, the dowager will make her life hell. Looks like Miranda's life will be miserable. But even so, she brought it on herself.
But Miranda, our past, we're not letting it go.
All right, I'll let you two be. I'm off.
Take care, Aunt.
Take care, Aunt. Your Grace, Duchess. What is it? The eldest master and Master Nate are here again. It's been 2 weeks straight. They're here again today. Will you see them? No. But they said if they don't see you today, they're not leaving. They're willing to stand guard at the gate. Let them be.
Go see them. Otherwise, every time you get drunk, you always talk about them. Don't you?
That was so long ago. How do you even remember? I don't do that anymore.
Some things, you have to hear from them yourself. It'll be easier to let go. You're still holding on. That's why you keep avoiding them. Go.
You practice on your own with the wheelchair. No slacking off. I'll be right back.
Annie. Annabelle. Let us explain. Let us explain, and we'll leave.
Speak?
Sorry. We were all fooled by Miranda. We just found out. You made that beauty cream, not her. And we used your cream to please the dowager. Now, Mother and the dowager used her own cream, and their faces are ruined.
So? You came here to ask for the cure?
No, we brought this on ourselves.
Annie, when you got married, we really didn't know that no one prepared your dowry. Right. This. It's the deed to my shop. And these, as compensation, they're all yours.
No need. I have nothing to do with the Brooks family anymore. Anything from the Brooks family, I want none of it. So much for a dowry. Why don't you just give it to Miranda? She'd be thrilled.
Annie, it was all what Mira told us. She said you hated coming home and preferred the countryside, and that you hated us brothers too. So that's why we always thought that the beauty cream was made by Mira.
You believe everything Miranda says. All the ingredients for that beauty cream. I went to the apothecary myself to buy and make it. You just had to ask the apothecary and you'd have known. But you didn't.
Yes, we didn't investigate. It's our fault.
Really? I think you only believe what you want to. You don't care about the truth. Deep down, you've always thought that Miranda, raised in luxury, is better than me. The one you brought back later.
No, that's not it.
When we first brought you back, we wanted to treat you well.
But Miranda was right about one thing. I do feel now that my life in the country was 100 times freer and happier than it was at Brooks Estate.
Annie.
Enough. Instead of arguing with me, go see a doctor. Nathaniel, stop always looking so weak. Are you trying to make me feel guilty? I'm not the one who caused all this. I don't want to see you again. Just go. Don't ever come back.
Annabelle! Annabelle!
My aunt gave me this new peach wine. She says it's tasty and not strong. Have a taste.
Drinking again? This time, what's on your heart?
No way. I was distracted last time. That's why I got drunk so fast. This time, I'm going to redeem myself. Let me show you my real tolerance, so you can stop holding that one embarrassment over me.
You've cleared things up with your brothers. Are you happy?
When I used to see my family, I felt both hatred and wronged. I hated them for blindly favoring Miranda. I felt wronged because nothing I did ever mattered. In that dream, they were indirectly complicit in my death. I always thought I'd never be able to let it go. But now, hearing them apologize and express their regret, all that hatred and hurt, those feelings, they're all gone. It just feels like a hassle. Edward, I think I've let it go.
Why is it that every time you get drunk, you call my name?
What else should I call you? Your Grace? Your Highness? Or husband? No, you're not my husband.
What do you mean I'm not your husband? I'm not? Then who is?
You don't even like me. We haven't consummated it. What kind of marriage is that? And at best, we're just partners. Business partners.
Who told you that I don't like you?
You're not into women. Who knows if you're even up to the task?
Is that what you dream about?
That's not... I was just guessing.
Then you guessed wrong. I'm more than capable, and I like you.
Let go. You're hurting me.
You've been so good to me, healing my leg, and helping me against Charles. Do you truly see me as your husband, or are you just trying to repay me?
These two, are they conflicting?
You always act like once you're done with everything, you'll just walk away. Annabelle, you're amazing. Without me, you'd still get your revenge. And you could live the life you want. More freely than with me.
Edward. He likes me. A duke is actually worried about me?
But I'm also grateful that you married me. That I was the one to help you. It gave me a chance to keep you.
Are you drunk?
I'm not. I used to think, once you healed my legs, and after all this was over, I'd give you a large sum of money and set you free. But now, I can't let you go. You and your heart? Will it stay with me? Will you be my true wife?
I do. How could I not fall for you? You've helped me so many times. At the Brooks, no matter what I did, I could never get their favor. But I found it with you. How could I not love you?
So, have you decided? If we become true husband and wife, I'll never let you go.
Stop stalling. I already said I like you. Don't tell me you're all talk.
How will you know if you don't try?
So, what are you going to call me now?
Edward. My husband.
Yes?
Edward's legs are actually healed. Could there really be a hermit healer? Miranda.
I told you to go after Edward. To go after Edward. Why did you fail? Don't tell me. You've actually fallen for your brother-in-law.
It didn't work. Before, I hired a fake healer to trick my brother-in-law into a hot spring. It was an easier way to strike, but my sister saw through it. But my love, I really did my best.
Mira, I was just joking with you. Get up. But Mother Dowager is very displeased with you. Mira, if you don't do something, even if I like you, how can I always protect you from her?
My love, what do you want me to do?
Edward is wary of me. I can't get close. But Annabelle is your own sister. You'll find a way to talk to her. You've used this trick before.
To frame Annabelle.
Do it again. I want Edward to never recover.
Yes, my love.
Lady Warren is about to marry in. She'll be the main consort. So Mira, calling me my love is improper.
Yes, Your Highness. Annabelle, it's you two again. I'm married now. And you still won't leave me alone. Fine. This time, I'll make sure you never recover.
What's troubling you, Your Grace? Your brow is so furrowed it could kill a fly.
About the court. The floods are frequent. General Yardley and his men repaired the dam, but it only solved the immediate crisis. Many people lost their homes and are displaced. They've also caught the plague, and it's more than one. They're all mixed together. For now, there's no cure.
Try this remedy. But let me be clear, it's not a cure-all. It only prevents and suppresses it. But it should hold them over until the local doctors can find a full cure. In my past life, this remedy was stolen by Miranda and presented to the king. His Majesty was overjoyed and promoted the entire Brooks family. That glory never belonged to them. This life, it's time it was returned to us.
Good. This is enough. On behalf of the people, thank you, Duchess. My Annabelle, more than a duchess, you seem better suited to be a traveling healer. Free, and with a heart for the world.
I think so too, Edward. Once things settle down, I want to go out and treat the sick. This hermit healer has been gone for far too long.
Okay.
You don't mind? But I'm warning you, it'll be at least 10 days, maybe half a month before I'm back.
I know. Go do what you want. Just because you married me doesn't mean I'll restrict your freedom. You're a brilliant healer. You shouldn't be trapped in this small courtyard. You're my wife. But beyond that, you're still yourself. The hermit healer, Annabelle Brooks.
Edward, when you say things like that, you glow.
Neil.
Your Grace,
He's been lurking near the manor for several days. What is it? Do you know him?
I don't know him. He's from the Western Territories. A hexer. They all smell like bugs. Easy to spot.
Charles Sterling sent you? The poison 5 years ago, was that you too?
Spare me, Your Grace. It was the second prince who ordered it. I'm just a street magician. Whoever pays me, I work for. Spare me, Your Grace.
Charles Sterling is relentless. One attempt wasn't enough. He's trying again.
Take him to the dungeon.
Yes, Your Grace. Your Grace, get up. Get up, move. It seems Charles Sterling has been quiet for a long time. Since they have no excuse, we'll give them one. Duchess, your birthday is in a few days.
The Duchess of Southvale's birthday banquet is always a grand affair.
It's just Annabelle's birthday. Is all this fanfare really necessary?
I was just thinking of an excuse to come. Looks like this fell right into my lap. Mira! Don't let me down.
Yes.
Who knew the Duke of Southvale, after marrying the Duchess, his legs would actually heal? They look so good together. They're a perfect match.
Indeed. I heard the Duke dotes on the Duchess, and the Princess Regent showers her with gifts daily, all sent to her quarters.
Your Highness.
That marriage was supposed to be mine. Annabelle always gets to steal the best one. The one who should be in that seat is me.
Sister, it's been so long since I've seen you. The second prince brought his junior consort? Is this a slight to our Southvale manor?
Of course not! Mira is your own sister. When sisters meet, it's always a precious moment. That's why I brought her to see you. If Mira has offended you in any way, you may deal with her as you wish. You two have your talk. I'll leave you to it.
Sister?
I have no family, so I have no sister. And with a mere junior consort, I have nothing to say. Duchess, the Brooks family sent several carriages of birthday gifts. Afraid you'd refuse, they left them at the gate. Understood. Tomorrow, send it all to the treasury.
I knew it. With the plague spreading and Annabelle's medical skills, she'd surely develop a cure for Edward to give the king. But the credit is all mine now. My dear sister, your good days are over.
Duchess, why isn't His Grace back yet? He is a bit late. Let's go check the gate.
Duchess, bad news. His Grace is detained at the palace. A message from the palace says the prescription was faulty. They found a letter inside. From His Grace to a foreign lord. His Majesty is furious. He says His Grace is plotting treason.
What letter? Let's go to the palace. Duchess, it's so late. Do you think something's really happened to His Grace?
Annabelle.
What are you two doing here?
Annie, about His Grace, we already know. Plotting treason is a grave crime. Once he's convicted, all the ladies will be exiled with him. Annie, why not, while Edward is detained, find a way to divorce him? Once you're divorced from Edward, you can rejoin the Brooks family. You'll be Miss Annabelle again. Oh, right. We've already talked it over with Mom and Dad. If you don't want to marry again, our whole family can take care of you for life.
I don't need it.
Annabelle, we all know we were wrong. But this isn't the time to be reckless.
Forget it. Instead of rejoining the Brooks family, I'd rather be exiled with Edward. We'll be a tragic couple. It's better than being in the same family as you. Otherwise, even in death, I'll never rest in peace.
Annie, that's going way too far.
Really? If you don't leave now, I can get much worse. Get out!
Annabelle.
Do you think they were right? You're so loyal, Your Grace. If you abandon His Grace, you'll spend your whole life regretting it. And in my eyes, you truly love His Grace. Yes, you understand me better than they do. How pathetic, Annabelle. In the end, you have nothing. So, you're finally dropping the act. Of course. Edward prescribed the wrong medicine, worsening the epidemic, and His Majesty found out. He was also too close to a foreign lord. You are going to be exiled with him. Me? I wish I could celebrate with fireworks for 3 days. The foreign lord's letter, and the plague remedy. You planted them on my birthday, didn't you? Miranda, I've never understood why you hate me so much. Time and again, you've tried to kill me.
Yes. You're smart and charming. You were home for just a month, and the whole family was fawning over you. I won't allow it. The Brooks family can only have one daughter, and that's me, Annabelle Brooks. You never should have come back.
So, on my wedding day, you forged eldest brother's handwriting to write me a letter, luring me out, making me run away. And you tried to seduce Edward, all to prove that everyone around me should prefer you. All our lives, no matter what trouble you caused, I was the one who took the fall. Miranda, you make me sick.
Yeah, I did it all. And there's more. You studied medicine for Nate, pricking yourself day and night. You made incense for eldest brother, brewed tea, made soup for second brother. When third and fourth brothers got in trouble, you took the fall for them, every single year. You made clothes for our parents. I know all of it. But so what? To this day, they still think I did it all. Because the one who framed you is the only one who knows how wronged you were. Even now, they all think I'm their sweet, good daughter. And you are about to be exiled with all this.
Really? Did you all hear that?
Come out! Mom! Brothers! You didn't leave!
Annabelle,
You set me up. You tricked me into saying all that.
Yes. I wanted everyone to see your true colors.
I believed your lies. I thought Annabelle bullied you, so I'd always scold and hit her.
But so what? If she hadn't come back, none of this would have happened.
You disgrace. Annabelle is your own sister.
The one who cured me was Annabelle. The one who watched over me every night was Annabelle. What have I done?
Right. The tonic, the aromatherapy, the ointment. I didn't make any of it. I don't know a thing about medicine.
All of it was Annabelle. You've always been a fraud, a ghost, like a disgusting leech, feeding on others' blood. And you'd even take their lives. Miranda Brooks. How could our family raise a daughter like you?
My dear, all these years, we've wronged you.
Enough! You, how dare you blame me now? All of this, isn't it all your fault? I just said a few words, and you all believed me. Now, you're blaming me? All these years, if you'd cared for Annabelle even a little, would you have fallen for my lies and ended it up like this? You're the fools for letting me play you all.
You're hopeless.
She was right. If we had just cared for Annabelle sooner, she wouldn't be like this now.
You're so brazen. Aren't you afraid you'll never return to the Brooks family?
So what? Annabelle, you're about to be exiled. And they only have me as their daughter who's a duchess. Even as a junior consort, I've still beaten you. Your Highness, how did it go? My prescription. Did His Majesty praise it? Edward Sterling is finished. So are you about to be named the Crown Prince? Your Highness, why did you hit me?
Bitch! How dare you ask me? Your prescription was completely wrong. And I told you to plant the fake letter, but you planted my letters to the foreign lord. When the king saw that letter, he knew I was conspiring, and he's already made me a commoner. It's all over now.
No! Impossible! I forged that letter. I couldn't have messed up.
Of course you didn't. I did.
You're finally here. Any later, I would have thought something happened to you.
Don't worry, I'm not that easy to take down.
It was you. You two set me up.
Of course. From the beauty cream, the birthday banquet, to the prescription. It was all a setup.
I warned my father long ago that the second prince was conspiring with a foreign lord. This whole show today was just for you. What you stole from my study, Annabelle, planted it for you. So, nothing happened to Southvale Manor.
Instead of worrying about me, you should worry about saving yourself. The second prince plotted treason. As his family, you'll all be exiled too.
What did you say? Exiled?
It's all your fault! You're useless! You're a worthless bitch! It's all your fault!
Shut up! If you hadn't promised me you'd make me your main consort, why would I have let Annabelle take my place? Then now, I be the Duchess of Southvale. You're useless.
Shut up! You...
It's all your fault. You ruined me.
It's you! It's all you! Let's go. Let's go home.
Home.
It's you. It's you!
How did it come to this?
She's gone mad.
An imperial decree. By the Emperor's decree, Prince Edward Sterling is appointed Crown Prince to the Eastern Palace. Annabelle Brooks is appointed Crown Princess to manage the palace and uphold the ancestral rights. So decreed.
It's the Duke of Southvale. He's been made Crown Prince? Then I'm the Crown Prince's father-in-law. Let go! I'm the Crown Prince's father-in-law.
And I'm your father. You're being exiled. Still dreaming?
Good thing Annabelle cut ties with us, or she'd be in this too.
What's all this noise? Move it!